My family, hi, welcome to yet another video. I remember earlier on today, I shared a video with you about the exposure of this particular agenda for the year 2027.
So there's a target for 2027 about what's going to be known as a one world religion. That will be the acceptable and the only religion around the world that will be legal, and it's not going to be Christianity.
Wow. And you're saying that the UN is behind this, and the Satanic Church is behind this, and they are bringing 20 leaders from every religion together to convene and to say, we're coming together, but Christianity will not be a part of it because those 20 leaders that are together will not agree on the...
Christians will be part of the summit. Every religion in the world...
But we're not going to be a part of the one world religion.
No, because they will not be able to agree on what is really the gospel and which version of the Bible is the right one. All this, the things they are fighting about at the moment is what's going to happen there. And then they're going to say, well, you are the most divided religion in the world. We cannot accept this as a... So whichever religion, and I have an idea, because it's also not Satanism, but I have an idea which one it will be, that will say, this is the religion, and this is what every leader in our religion agrees on is our dogma and our religion and our teachings, and yeah.
Do you mind sharing which one you think it is?
It's Islam.
Whew. And what will this one world religion of Islam that will be brought in by the UN, like, what does that even mean? Like, how does that even function?
It means it means that no other religion would be recognized by laws, and every other religion but this one world religion will be allowed to be on a public platform and to advertise their services or have buildings that on the outside it says it's this organization or a church. And the other thing
is worldwide. I just have a hard time seeing like different countries agreeing to all this.
Well, there's gonna be a one world economy first, and they'll have to.
So I remember discussing with you in the comments in the previous video, some of you were saying that this is to mean that the rapture is imminent. Well, Pastor Chris has been saying it.
So the next major thing to happen on these earths, my brothers and sisters, is the rapture of the church of Jesus Christ. This is the next biggest thing that is about to happen. Now, I understand that there's some Christians, some ministers who are saying that the rapture is not imminent. It is not about to take place. In fact, some have said, oh, for another 100 years, it's not going to happen. Another 50 years. Well, remember, what did Jesus tell us to do? He said we should live as people who are waiting for their master. And some have accused us of making God's people afraid by telling them about the rapture. That is ridiculous. God's real people, when they hear about the rapture, they rejoice. If you are afraid when you hear about the rapture, it's because you're not living right. Anybody who's afraid when you hear the rapture, you are not living right. So what you have to do is repent and live right. Let no man deceive you. The time is short.
And I also remember him saying this years back when there were some signs of manifestation of the formation of this one world religion.
I got some information today that was quite interesting. And I think you need to see it. Some information coming out of Germany, what they're trying to do. Interesting. Look at it here. Can I get the sound sharper, please? Germany to begin construction on Chrislam. Chrislam. Did you ever hear of Chrislam? So some people have never heard about it, but it's actually been there for a while. Chrislam. So the joining Christianity with Islam. So that's Chrislam. So think about it. The government of Germany. I mean, what's the government got to do with deciding how people come together to worship. So look what they're doing. So let's read it again. Germany to begin construction on Chrislam. Now, Chrislam House of One. Okay? Chrislam House of One. So the name of what they're constructing is called House of One. Okay. So, for one world religion. So it's for the one world religion worship services that will also include atheists. This is very interesting. You know, we've been talking about this. I told you that they've been planning on a one world religion, and this is just the outward manifestation of what we've been talking about for a while now. So, they're going to have, it's presently called Chrislam, but they intend to include, it's got one funny name, Church-Mos Gog or something like that. Church-Mos Gog, meaning that they're going to have church, mosque, synagogue. They'll join those three together, and then all the other religions, plus those who label themselves as non-religious or irreligious, will also be brought in, so that it's one world. That's the plan. So let me read to you. The foundation stone of the House of One in Berlin will be laid at a ceremony on 27th of May, marking the end of 10 years of planning. So it's been 10 years in the planning, and the beginning of an estimated 4 years of construction, and symbolizing a new venture in interfaith cooperation and dialogue. The 47 million euro building, designed by Berlin architects Kern Malvesi, will incorporate a church, a mosque, and a synagogue linked to a central meeting place. People of other faiths and denominations and those of no faith will be invited to events and discussions in the large hall. Wonderful. So they have a plan to forcibly bring these religions together. But I can tell you it's not really going to be by force. Why do I say that? Because there are many in Judaism. These are false Judaists. And then you have many who are false Muslims, and many who are false Christians, who are spearheading these interfaith projects.
And he went on to give us a key warning, saying that if you see any minister who's going to be part of these people, it's a red flag. It's a telltale sign that this person is really a false prophet.
No true Christian can accept that. That's for sure. Why? Because the Bible absolutely forbids it. Absolutely. 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 So, if you find a situation where maybe someone who is a minister, supposedly a minister of the gospel, is saying that they have a vision from God to bring the various religions together, that is the definition of a false prophet. Frankly true. It's a definition of a false prophet. Why? Because it's in the Bible. He said, if the message of the prophet seeks to take you to other gods, he said, that is the prophet that I have not sent. So it's one of the signs of a false prophet. It doesn't matter how popular that minister might be. It doesn't matter that he has been preaching the truth before. All those things don't count. It's who are you now? What do you believe now? What are you saying now?
So my family, I had to share this with you just to remind you of the imminence of the rapture of the church. And also just to, talk about this thing. A lot of people ask, who is a false prophet? That's the definition you actually got there from Pastor Chris. Anyone who directs you to the worship of other gods, that's a false prophet. All right. So I'll meet you in the next one. Do share your thoughts, like, share, comment, and subscribe. Stay ready. God bless you.